Hello, viewers. Welcome to Ouscraft Podcast, where we bring great minds interacting and sharing our views about entrepreneurship, politics, lifestyle, entertainment, and our society. I am your host, Antoinette Ufuma Open. Join us to deep beyond by thinking different. Before we commence, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at Ouscraft World. Like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm excited to start our very first episode with our own sponsors, the Ouscraft Brothers. Today we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. So, Mr. Precious, what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
For me, entrepreneurship implies a person being in possession of a venture or an enterprise, possibly a business. Okay, let me just say a business, but not just being in possession of a business, but assuming significant responsibility and accountability of the inherent risk of that business. So, for me, that's what entrepreneurship implies.
Mr. Famous, what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
Thank you, Miss Antoinette. Okay, entrepreneurship for me, there should be a difference between entrepreneurs and businessmen. That's what people don't know. Entrepreneurship goes beyond doing a business. For me, the ability for a businessman to be able to grow his business from one sector to another makes you an entrepreneur. For you to overcome all the constraints around you, not to make it to grow, for you to overcome all these things, all the problems around the business and grow further, keep on growing, makes you an entrepreneur. That's what entrepreneur is to me.
Okay, I think that's a very nice perspective about entrepreneurship. Although, Sha, I don't understand the businessman, and we get to that anyways. How this how this brand started? I would like to know your story.
Okay, I think it started when I was in final year while he was in hero level. So
You're
we,
older.
yes, so we knew that this is what we want, that nobody can sway us. A lot of forces came, internal, external came, but we never succumbed. So what we did was to say we need to start up a business. Because if you let me say for example, if you go to NYS, they always talk about Said,
Yeah.
learn how to produce. Production, we it's not about the production. Because production without raising money is dead.
Business.
So what we did was okay, let's start from a particular place. That was the joint. That was when the journey started. We told ourselves that we don't want to make mistake of being duped. So we want to invest in something that we can touch and control. Not all this online stuff that we cannot control. So that was when we started. We started with agriculture. Are you getting me?
What aspect?
Agriculture like broilers, chicken.
Poultry.
Yes, poultry farm, poultry farm. But we did not start big because only 20 beds. We bought 20 beds. We started with 20 beds. So we
That
bought
was
some.
let me just chip in. That was practically we had no money then because we had some other investments that we did
Yes.
with some money, and the money just hooked there.
Okay.
So there was no money, and we have just made up our mind. We just built the cage ourselves. Then there was no money, and we're just thinking. Then the data state just paid bursary to me. That was 18,500. So I think we have built the cage, but data state just paid bursary 18,500. So we just splitted the money, used the money, bought the beds and the food for the beds. So that was practically how that journey
So
started.
concerned about the investment, that was really the fuel to do something tangible. Are you getting me? Because there was actually one investment package in Onitsha that time. They call it Team.
Hey.
Sorry to say that, but we have to bring it to the table.
Okay, I think we can't mention the name.
Okay,
So not to
okay.
popularize
No, why
it.
You talked about it. You talked about
investment on it.
yes. You talked about investment.
Yes. I don't want to dive into. I don't want to dive into that.
So actually, that investment package, like if you invest, you get 10% of your returns. Are you getting me?
10% of your investment.
Your investment of your investment.
Monthly.
So, monthly payment. Are you getting me? So I invested 100. why I invested 100. Are you getting
You
me?
invested 100.
Yes, yes,
100,000.
yes. I invested
100,000.
100,000.
Like
So,
billionaires.
so listen. So
That's
we
nice.
actually,
No,
one thing that really helped us to save money in school, because we don't
was that
spend
invest?
money. Are you getting me? We don't spend money. We conserve a lot. People that are in my school.
Okay, okay.
So when we receive money from, let me say, for school fees, we have some that we keep aside. Everybody's aware of that. Everybody.
I
So
think
Everybody
you
does
like
that.
to.
No, no, it's
no,
part of the it's part of
practically
the school.
practically what I did then was I opened an account with GTB Bank, GT Bank.
Okay.
Then that account I don't have ATM to it.
Yeah.
In fact, I've never been to the
Oh, I do
bank.
that too.
I've not been to that particular bank. All I do is to pay in money into that particular bank. Then this investment that he talked about was paying us monthly. So the investment was there. That money was in that bank account. Whatever we are spending was coming from whatever we earn monthly and we're in school. And your parents are sending you money to be taking care of you. So that money will just make sure that sometimes I could just be in a situation of they have sent me money to do something in school,
Yeah.
and I'll just take that money they sent to me to do something, send it to that account. Then once I get that
Like,
my money, I'll just manage it. The money I will get, whether it's 10,000 or 5,000, I've
So
forgotten.
look,
That's what I was
from
spending
from
for
that
my school.
aspect, I want to tell you what
So we're able to just save up.
I want to really tell you what really happened within that period. So when it was a period of 6 months,
Okay.
someone received our money completely, and I told him that. I called him. I said, if these people, because they say they're into palm
Agriculture.
oil, agriculture, if these people are making money, that they can pay me this money, because if you calculate it, you know how much I'm making.
a
If
month, how much?
yes, payment about 10,000 or
Yes,
so.
it should
Are you
give
getting me?
us
So,
initially
see,
10,000.
if they're paying us this kind of money, that means we can go into the business ourselves.
Hmm.
So when they paid us
Bad guy.
completely, I said, okay, we'll not ever invest again. Let's go back and do our own business. So that was when we started. We managed to bring out some money. Are you getting me? From that our investment.
Practically, after then,
I don't want to
after
talk
that,
about don't talk about MMM. Don't talk about MMM. See, I went to from there because I know what happened. All the pioneers I did. I don't want to talk about MMM. So don't talk about
after
MMM.
that,
Because
see, the truth is this.
should we
Look
talk
at,
about
look at, no,
MMM?
no, I'm not talking about MMA.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is, we're able to save up money when we're in school. We're able to have enough money. Practically, I knew when I was in school, I knew my course mates, I knew the amount they had in their account. I know the amount I have in my account that I spend. But I had money in the other account in terms of that investment.
Yeah.
And I had money invested in those platforms.
Yeah.
But practically, somehow, and this is one thing that we can all agree on, when we decided to
There's no
start
money.
up our own physical business, we had no money.
So
Somehow we have
Not
lost.
enough.
No, we have lost those money because all those things he talked about investing on what you can see.
Yes.
You understand? Those investments were done on other platforms that we
Online.
don't control. So somehow, those money, I don't know what happened, but maybe I don't know, maybe it was just the forces of the world trying to be against Ouscraft. When we decided to take that decision to say let's invest on what we can see, we did not have that much money to the point that we had to use that. Imagine we had that money before, but we had to use that that budget money. And I'm talking about it because even that budget money before now was nothing for us. That budget money when we were in school
Yeah.
was nothing.
Wasn't a big
But
deal.
it wasn't a big deal.
But
But
at that point,
at that point in time, that was the only money. If not, somehow, I don't want to go into detail like he was talking about. Let's not go into details. But when we're just starting physically,
okay.
it was practically almost nothing. That even the things that we used to build the first the cage, we
And
had
the
to
rest.
manufacture it ourselves. We had to
You guys.
manufacture it ourselves.
yeah, that aspect, are you getting me? It was true. It was true because it's not as if we had money. Are you getting me? Because we cannot really say from where we came from. Cannot really say that they cannot send us money.
Yeah.
We are grateful for that. That if you want money, but they know what you need. They are very economical.
Yes.
Because I
I
believe
can
when,
see
when
it.
I was in school, they said famous are very economical. I say yes. Because they don't just like I say, send me 15,000. They divide into two and send me 7,500. So at the end of it all, it's not doing anything for me. Are you getting me? So, but we had money because we're very conservative. We're not talking about the money aspect, but when we started, we went, bought bought the this thing,
Okay.
the cage. You know, we not buy the
We had
cage.
to build
Okay,
it because
beauty cake.
there
But
was
who
no
bought the
money.
wood and all those things
No, the
now?
wood
We had to go
around.
get
For
the
pick.
wood.
Yes,
We
we
had to
picked.
go get
No,
the
see,
wood.
our compound,
Let's
let's go back. Listen, like the passion we talked about. It was the reason why, because there are some deep things that we did
Yeah.
inside the bush. Are you getting me? Making sure we get this, we get that, get this in the process. But at that time, if you tell people about what we are facing, they will not still believe it. Are you getting me? But we were opportuned in that aspect, because entrepreneurs, they don't have to be provided with what they want, but they will look for a way around in the environment and
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yeah.
We knew that there are woods in the compound. We knew that there's a particular house in the compound that we can get some nails.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? We knew that there's a particular part in the particular sector of the compound that has zinc,
Yeah.
that we need to roof the
The
what do you call the
cage.
cage. Cage is really big.
Yeah.
At the time, we even did twin cage. Are you
Twin
getting?
cage.
Yes, the twin cage. I've never seen it in any place, but we
Yeah,
did a
that
twin cage that even my father, when he came back from work, the pointed touch. He saw it. Say, these people, they okay. I don't know what is wrong with these people. They graduated from school. They are using my
You guys
thing.
have been productive.
Yes, they are using my things to construct all these things. Are you getting without telling me? Because at that time we don't really care about it. We just, because we know that they are useless. Those things that we are picking, they are useless. Are you getting? So we did all these things. We invested. Sometimes we really had a lot of losses
Yeah.
with the poultry, because poultry is a subtle business.
Very
It can die at any time. So we
Very.
lost from there. We now went
Okay.
into fishery, because that fishery
okay, the poultry was called Ouscraft.
You could
But
choose the name.
yes,
from the
yes, yes.
beginning.
We choose the name from the beginning. So the poultry was called Ouscraft. Ouscraft. Okay,
Poultry or
Ouscraft
birds.
Poultry. Ouscraft Poultry. I believe that was what it was called. Then when we went into the catfish, that was when we went on Instagram. That's when we now opened Ouscraft Catfish Farm. So that is Ouscraft Catfish Farm. You can go on, you can check on it. Ouscraft underscore catfish underscore farm.
Okay.
So you can check on it. So that was the next one he wants to talk about. So I will just allow him to talk about
So for
the bird, the fishes.
and so that fish, why we really went into fish was we were seeing a lot of debts,
Yeah.
but at the time we were okay. We want to stabilize the business, but before we stabilize the business, we need to go into another one again,
Ah.
because we believe in diversification. Are you getting me?
Okay, yes.
So, but we have had little experience, because in our house we have poultry farm. Fish
Fish
pond.
pond.
So we
But it
add
was just for personal
it's a
use.
personal
you
for
know.
my, belongs to my
You don't
father.
sell.
Don't sell
Yes,
it,
we don't
just-
sell. We just control it. So we say, well, let's go into this thing fully.
Yeah.
So what we did there,
Of
was to construct my father had 2 ponds. He was just using only one at that time. So we reconstructed one.
Yes.
With a lot of criticism, because all this used to come, but we wage it. Sometimes we say, what is the meaning of that? We got out. We keep on doing. So when we said it from there, it's okay. We are going to the main this thing.
another business again.
No, we are going to the main what do you call it? Main factory.
yes.
We used to call it factory.
Yes. So we
There's
now
no
went,
particular land my father has. Are you getting me? So that particular land there is fenced. So we have been targeting that land for the fish pond. So what we did there was we went to that
and the vision was to build a big
pond.
so pond
He
all over.
even told us,
It's a
don't
good vision.
so don't do
It's a
this.
good one.
He told us, don't do this. So I went there. I remember that time we're trying to go into that one. My brother was still
In
trying
school.
to I was a no group player. And I went there. I told him that I want to go to that place, that your compound, and organize the fish. But say for what? At that time, a lot of this thing came out, a lot of promises. Okay, if you want to do your masters, I will sponsor you.
Yes.
Anything you want to do, if you want to even go back and study, because okay, like everybody's believe, okay, you want to study another higher course, you want to study medicine, you want to study law,
Yeah.
come on, sponsor it. I say no, because there's what we call definiteness of purpose. They call that one. Definiteness of purpose makes you who you are.
Okay.
Because if you are definite about what you want,
Yeah.
no matter the pressure, whether it's coming from your mother or your father, you will not see it. you are focused on what you want. So we're so definite that see this thing, we're going to die here. Oh. So my father was, why no? Because in the first place, how can you say after training you people through this process,
Yeah.
you just say you want to be doing foul?
Yeah.
So I had some of my friends which I don't know, but let me say it out, that kind of disdain me, disdain my brother too.
Yes,
Yeah, look
now,
at, you know,
graduate
girls are like
farm.
you they do farm. Now you get me.
Yeah.
You know that kind of business you have to get dirty. And you have to do it with your heart. So when we enter into fishery, we started. What we did when it was around, I cleared the place. I brought some labor. You know, we don't have, like I said, boys, they suffer a lot. I knew that I can pay somebody to do the molding of the, and then the
Laying of the
laying of the
foundation.
foundation. I just called only one person, a small boy that is a miss. I follow somebody to work. I told him, I know you know how to do this thing. He said he's learning. I said, you know.
Casually.
Yeah, so yes, so I'm the server. I was serving him. He was building. I was serving him. He was building. Are you getting me? And I said, we're not completely built the pond.
Okay, let me chip in there.
When were you there?
I was
I was
in
in
school.
school.
Look at what happened. So he cleared the place, called the guy to come and mold the blocks for the pond.
Yeah.
After he was done molding, I was in school. He called me. I had to leave school. I just told my parents I came.
Yes.
I just came down. I didn't come to. Actually, we told my parents. I just told my parents I came to just spend time with them. But that was not the truth. The truth is that I came because of that. So both of us, we even have a video of that. Both of us had to mix the cement and plaster the old stuff, fix the pipe that will be taking away the water for the pond, and fix the pipe that will be bringing in water. So we didn't consult a plumber. That they will consult somebody, a bricklayer, to do that thing. So what the bricklayer just did was just to mold the block. We had to be the one to floor the old stuff, and that's it. Then I don't want to. He jumped something because when he was talking about our journey, he talked about Ouscraft beds. Then he went into Ouscraft catfish farm. We also did we at a point between that we had to start up selling recharge card, and that was mainly run by him. Though we planned it together, but he was the one doing it before I came back during holidays after school. I came back and we were doing it together. So we sold recharge card.
I need to talk about that journey because I was the one that really ran all these things. So, now listen, so at the time when I was sitting
that
one day after when I was running the poultry farm. So we're always talking, always on call talking.
Yes, we talk
So I
at
said
every point.
that time why he came, why I invited him to come for that plastering was this. I told the person, let me, because that's why today all the people that work with me, I have a lot of people, engineers that work with me here in Abraka and any place. I tell you what to do, you don't tell me what to do. That was when I got the lesson. I'm always the one I think this is what I want, and that's what they do. Now I told him this is what I want to do. He said no, this is what they do it. After doing it, I poured water, it leaked. Pond is not supposed to leak. And I come over there. Come back here. Let's do, because you know what it is to plaster 16 by 8 feet. Very large pond, only one. So I called him, come. He came, we plastered and I did some protections. Everything. We did not invite anybody. So that was when we learned that we can do anything we want to do without calling anybody. Because they were saying, engineer, what kind of, we are the engineers. We think about it and we do it. So along the line, when after planting, I left back and I put water inside the pond so that it now, they call it saturation, it now ferment. So one day I was sitting one day, because actually I was just taking care of my the poultry farm and the rest and selling. And I saw one person, he came to distribute card. They call it voucher. And I called my brother. I said, this is a good business. Because I saw this man yesterday. And the person bought 50 packs. I be something, but the man now came again. The person now bought. I said, no. I come, my brother. See, we are going.
Okay.
I went to Agbo. When I got to Agbo said they gave me price. I cannot beat the man. I said no. I went to Chance in Nasaba. Even till now, the people that my contact is issuing. So I started buying from that one. To be frank, we did not. I will have to be truthful. We do not have what it takes to weather that one.
Yeah.
So we resorted to our mother. So our mother was the one that came. In all the parts, Even when we're doing service, I'll use service money. Not when I did my NYC, when I did the NYC, because I remember that time the money entered all this. Are you getting me? But concerned about that voucher, we went to our mother. I said, please, can you help us? It's about 200 something thousand. We told her, okay, we be using when we make our profit, keep our profit, and we
Then
giving
you'll be
back your. Are you
giving
getting
back
me?
your money.
So she really tried. I swear, she tried. So she gave us money for that one. But normally there's this tension that these people have come to disgrace us in this village. Oh. They came back, they after graduating, instead of them to go and do their masters, they sponsor it, but they don't want to go. So at that time, I started bringing a card. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Started bringing a card, distributing to the nearest nearby villages. Started having issue with the man. Are you getting me? My brother came back. We started doing at the time. We discovered that this business, there's no profits.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
sorry.
You analyzed it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think there's the rate of turnover is much. Everybody's buying cards. It's not now that everybody used to go to their app.
Yeah.
Everybody must come and buy card. You can see, I can supply your card today, tomorrow. You'll be calling me. I'll be running, rush, quickly. So are you getting me? At that time, I was so busy because my brother was not around. Early in the morning, I wake up in the morning, take care of because we're actually the last one in the house. Are you getting me? So it's not bad to talk about it. The last one.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
it's the last
against it.
one. Are you
I'm
getting
just
me?
trying
So
to.
because we need to bring more money for the business to grow. Like I told you before, to be an entrepreneur is not to do business. It's for you to look for ways to grow. So at the time we were reading because we at every point we always meditate on a particular book. There was a time that we got hold of a particular book called uh, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. So when we got hold of that particular book, we started reading it. This kind of book we read, we don't read it just once. So if we get a particular book, we can read it for like 100 times. And we don't just read and say, okay, we are just reading like book. We meditate on it for like 100 times. So every point in that book, if you want to do something, remember, this is what this guy did in a particular book. So the man made a mention. He said something. He said, if you are doing a business that you cannot save 40% of your income, that business is not good. So at the time, it was in NYC. When we listened, I'm not telling you, this thing that this man said, that was actually the motivation. How much are we making this fish farm? Because like he said, Tony Lemoli said that you don't have to make money when you are starting. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
But this man said that you need to be making money to fuel your business, to fuel your dreams. And according, brother, we need to be making money. That's when we changed our mind from this adding value, Said, do, yes, to total cash flow. Total cash flow. Because at the time I said, okay, I have dreams. I told them I want to be a politician. Sorry, I don't want to say that. I want to be a politician. A strong one for that matter. But I knew I had to make money to enter into this politics. I love to be a leader. I'm a leader. I want to be a leader. And I want to be a star too. Are you getting me? So at that time, when we discussed about that thing, I knew we had to change. We need to switch. But let me tell you, the hardest thing in doing business is switching. Because the moment you switch, you lose your energy. But I thank God for us to have that energy preserved for the next business. So that was when we came into that Ouscraft underscore something AB this thing. We started traveling. I told my brother, let's start traveling. So after NYC, we had to, let's not talk about
Okay. Let me just.
how your NYC was.
Okay. No, you can't. Please don't say that.
Right,
Please. Like I said, please, you're very important.
So you just went to camp. So what we're think about.
I'll summarize everything, our journey from the beds and everything. From there, we moved in. We wanted to go into raising money. So what we did was, okay, let's see a way that we can help companies teach their staffs how to be productful. So from there, we now discovered that people are not really interested.
Yeah.
You want to sell them books that is you want to teach them.
We wrote a book actually.
No.
Then, I don't want to go into
What's
that.
the name of that book? What's the name?
Okay, we started the what are
How to become a
no,
No, no.
the mastery of sales.
Yes.
Because we're focusing on sales,
Mm.
the mastery of sales, something like that.
Yes.
No, but I don't want to go into that. So we wanted to teach people how to be successful. We discovered that people are not really interested. We now
Friends
discovered and said,
families.
wait, to rather
We
than
don't
us
want to
teaching
watch
people, focus on people, teaching them how to be successful. Why don't we apply
the
these
same
theories
theory that we wrote in the
and
book.
become
Yeah,
successful?
because a
Yeah.
lot
So
of people they will be like, see the people that are
That's
coming to sell book.
yes.
You are looking for money and you are
you
telling us
understand?
how to make money.
Mm.
Use
You
that
understand?
wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we just did from there, we just had to move into this. So
Yeah.
what we did was we studied a man called uh, what is his name again? John D. No, Sam Watts.
Okay.
Sam Watts was really investing into things that can generate cash flow. So we focused on cash flow. So we started doing our studies. That's when we now did a lot of studies on a lot of things that can generate cash flow, whether it's clothes, provision, phones, and a lot of things. So at the end of the day, we studied all these things together, and we now say we are going to build a big mall. That's the vision, to build a big mall that will sell everything in this world. But we are going to start with phones. So that's the birth of Ouscraft
Oh.
Technology, Abraka, and from there we moved into Ouscraft Clothing, Abraka,
There's one
and
aspect.
we are still going forward.
There's one aspect that I don't want to bypass.
Okay.
It's very, very important. When you talked about when we wanted to teach people how to be successful, they rejected us, especially friends. You know, friends will be don't to motivate you the first time to be with you, but they don't want to. You want to shine. You want you to shine. Nobody wants to do that. So from there, when I say no, let's write a budget,
Okay.
a proposal.
Yeah.
When I wrote a proposal, a very sweet proposal, we took it to all the banks. We went to
went to CBN in
So,
Asaba.
I don't forget that. I cannot. So we used to travel. When we went to CBN, when we went to CBN, we traveled to a lot of places, businesses.
We had to give out 25% share of Ouscraft to the person that will bring the money.
Venture capitalists.
Then we'll give out 25% share of the person that can help us to source for money. But I must say this, we thank God, and I thank God Almighty that we did not sell out Ouscraft.
So
that's sure.
So at that aspect, we are talking about the story. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So I remember why I said that you don't bypass that place. I went to CBN, went to Bank of Industry in Asaba, went to
all the
Silent Bank, Access Bank, GT Bank,
all the banks.
I came to this Abraka.
We came to this Abraka.
All the banks, they reject you.
No, they don't even. The thing about the banks, and this thing must be said. This thing must be said for all bankers to listen to. If somebody walks into a bank, and if you're a banker, somebody walks into a bank,
that's a deal
that is bringing out a deal. I believe the best thing you can just do for the person is
go to the business department.
Go to the business department
and pitch your deal.
Somebody, you know that you are not into the business department, you just want to discourage that person. The bank will not be the one to tell you by the normal standard. Okay, the department that should handle that will be the one to tell you, okay, this is how you should structure your business for us to invest in, or this is how you can get money from the bank. Not that you are working in another department, then you will just be the one to address the person and tell the person, no, this bank does not sponsor this. This bank does not sponsor.
Let me come to that issue, because I remember vividly we visited a lot of banks, all the banks. Do you know when we went to CBN?
Yes.
When we got to CBN,
yes,
they followed that protocol. Yes. They said enter the lifter. We take to that department that handle business.
Yes.
They did
in
the
CBN,
writing.
they did the writing.
The man is in the office. We discussed. We took time, like almost 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour.
Discussing.
We discussed. But what the moment I remember, one thing that we took from him was this. I cannot forget that he said, because we're looking for venture capitalists that will invest in the business. He said, bro, I know you want to be successful, you want to grow, but don't ever negotiate from the standpoint of weakness. I don't ever forget that thing as a business person.
Oh, which is sharing your shares.
No. You are going to share your shares.
Yes.
But at that time, we don't have anything to give apart from the idea. He said they can easily kind of dispose us. You can go. Are you getting me? They will take up the idea and move on. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
He said you have to negotiate from the standpoint of strength. Are you getting me? We met with a lot of people. I cannot forget that bank, Data Trust Fund,
Yes,
something
yes,
bank.
yes.
We met with a lot of people. He gave us opportunity to meet a lot of people. But that does not mean, like I said about boys, they suffer a lot. They don't give them anything. So they don't give us anything. But God now directed us. If we don't have an investor, we have to be our investors. And God did it. Are you getting me? What we did, we came back and said, we're not going to come back, fall back to fish farming again. That was when we now made that decision. And God knows there was one man God used to bless us. The person that said, go into this, what do you call it? This phone business. Are you getting me? The man did not, we were not trained. We're just entrepreneurs. We're not trained. Because when we came in the first time, they wanted to kind of criticize us. How can you come to a business that you don't learn? You don't have to learn business. If you have that passion, you can do it. Are you getting me? So we met the man himself. God bless the man. The man said, "You people can do it because I've seen it in you guys
And the funny thing is that we have never met this man before.
before."
We have never seen him
God,
before.
God
He's an
directed
Igbo man in Delta State.
Agbo. His name is. His name. I have to mention his name. His name is Mr. Oyibros. I think it's Chukwemeke.
He's the owner of Oyibros
Giant.
Oyibros Giant.
Giant
It's a
Communication.
very big phone
Business. Yeah.
phone business
It's not only in
Agbo.
Agbo, he has a
His
lot of.
other branches. He's an Igbo man,
Yes.
but he owns a business in Agbo.
Yes.
The fact that we met him for the first time, and that's one thing I try to do in my life. Whenever I meet anybody, if you like, walk up to me, you are even broke, you tell me you want to build what I've done, you want to do something, I don't discourage you. I'll just give you that positive vibe that man gave us. It was like, you people can do it. Then he said one statement. He said, have you people gotten a shop? We said no.
So go and get
He said, go and get a
They
shop.
had the same day.
He said, go and get a shop. That same day. In fact, we were coming back from Abraka. We moved from Abraka to Agbo. That same day, we had to go back. He was like, go and look for a shop. We look for a shop. We got to say, we're like, I've gotten a shop. He was like, okay, start up.
Yeah.
What is it?
You guys listen. You were not reluctant about the advice.
No.
Some people will be like, they'll start. Some people are very negative.
That's when you are
Yeah.
talking. When you are talking
Some
about
people are very negative.
teamship, are you getting me?
Yeah.
That's when we talk about. See, in this business, the only thing I will tell you is that we have never spilled negativity in any way. Once you have never seen it in this business, that's why we don't allow anybody to come and spill it. In fact, we build pockets of environment any place we go.
You guys listen, because
Yeah.
some persons are very negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the man said that, oh, you guys should get a shop first, and immediately you guys took action.
Yes.
That
Started
particular
searching
gym.
for check. But some people will be like, where do I start from? How can I get a job? I don't even know where to go. But did you guys like think of where you guys will get the funds from? How you guys are going to negotiate the prices and all of these things? Did you guys ever do that?
No, we don't think about it, because if you think about that, you definitely weigh yourself down.
Okay.
We know that we have a business already,
Yeah.
which is catfish.
Yeah.
We know we want to get
That
some
has a
money from
network.
it.
From
That has
there,
a
okay,
network.
I get it.
yeah.
We can
So
get.
that business was still functioning.
You know,
Yes.
it was funny. So we know that if we sell,
Yeah.
we get like 500,000 or ₦1 million
Yes.
from it. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Let me say within that
We
range.
have built the business to be working
are you
up to
getting me?
that.
Apart from the fact that
Yeah.
I know what we have put in that place, we put in a lot of money. But let's say the products, let's harvest our products. We know we get like 500,000 or so. So we say, okay, even if it's to get a shop first,
Yes.
let's start. And not only that, we pass through a lot of stress, because when we come to Abraka, we did not see any shop. We paid at least 5 agents to look for shop for us.
Oh, wow.
We did not see. We use this our leg to move around the whole Abraka. We did not see shops. So we said we will have to aim for big. So I remember one time when we were passing down our first shop, when we were passing, we saw it. It was not a shop, actually.
So like more of like a house.
No, it's not actually a house. Like it does not have a door, nothing, not like a shop. But I saw it like, I told my brother, this place, we need to capitalize on this place. And I said he agreed, actually, because I had to, he agreed, said, okay, let's go. So we now started asking, if we asked anybody, he said it has been taken. But one thing about Ouscraft, don't believe in no.
Yeah.
So we asked all the people around, they say it has been taken. So one person now said, go to this place. This man is the caretaker.
Yeah.
Caretaker of their place. So when we got to the man said, this place has been rented out to. Because this part of the story is very powerful. This part of the story is very powerful. See, the place has been rented out, but she has not retained. I said, I have interest. we have interest. That time we're using our cap and on it. So when you see us,
You
you
like
see
a
everything
company.
about
You think like it's a
you see the
company.
Yeah,
Ouscraft.
There's a
you
day.
guys look so
I remember
professional.
one day we went to see our people in
Asaba. Yeah.
people, all the people were saying, "Who are these? They don't start again."
Again,
No, are you getting me? So
Like,
we
people
represent that
respect
self. So
that.
when we go to them and say, "This is a company,"
Oh.
he said, "The man said, I say yes, this is a company. Our company has interest in this place. We want it." The man
You
said,
be confident for
"Yes."
me.
The man said, "No,
Okay.
this place has been taken over, but let me call the woman. Get back to me." We started calling the woman, calling the man. The man now called the woman, who is our landlady now. The man said they have taken the place, but the woman has not paid her rent for the next year. We say no, we want to pay. So when we paid, the woman now said they should refund us our money back. I remember that day when they gave me a call, because I'm the only person that they used to call. When they gave me the call that I should bring my account number. So my brother was not aware because he went somewhere in Imo State. When we came back, I called him. I was not myself throughout the journey. I was vibrating. So I asked them, they said that we should bring our account number so that they will refund us. So and that time we were already planning on how to start building the place. I said no, we're not going to refund. Let's go and see the woman first. That is the owner of the store. When we got there, actually I don't know because the story was too long.
Yeah.
She wants this place because she paid for the first year. So she gave us the number. We called her. He said, "Ma, where are you?" She told us the place precisely. We drove to the place with our bike. When we got there, we were wearing Ouscraft. When we walk into the place, say, "Ma, this is a
The
company."
woman allowed us into our house. We had to sit down in our parlor.
See.
Because we're just dressing so official. That's one thing again.
Yes,
you have to dress for success.
See,
Yes, so you have to dress for success.
So that
you have to look successful.
Yes.
Even when you're not successful.
Even when
So the woman was
we're
finally
like faking
appeared.
it. We're like
Faking.
faking it.
We told the woman
Wait,
that
not faking.
Okay,
Public.
okay.
to the company that we have gotten this place.
Yes.
Anything that will make us to say
That
no,
have disbursed
I
money.
swear, I said they will fight you and they will sue you.
Oh my
So
God.
the woman was afraid of being sued. That was when she.
Because we have paid. So okay.
So that's it. So give me your answer. So you have to stand for what you believe. What do you believe?
Okay.
So when we told the woman about
That's
suing,
lying.
when we,
that's
yes, you have to lie. See,
Manipulative.
yes. So when we told the man that want to sue, that the company will sue, the man had to. When the man came, no problem, no problem. But they did not own it. Just like me, I have a shop like this shop. If I cannot pay, if I don't want to pay for the next year, I will let the person know that I don't want to pay for next year. Or okay, can you give me a month? But you are not responding to the woman. That the woman has to give it another person. They want to lay claim of the place. Whereas I don't even started using the place. Are you getting me? So we know that they're not serious.
They're not really interested
and
in
we
that.
left that place.
They're
That
not.
place would have been like that till now.
Okay, so and I'll say this: there are a lot of opportunities that will come your way as an entrepreneur, and just because the point here is this: just because somebody is fighting with you over something does not mean they need it. They just don't want somebody else to take an opportunity of that, not necessarily because they need it. So I believe at that initial stages, it was not because they needed it. If they needed it, they would have worked on it since. The things I need, I'll hold on to it.
Yes.
The things I don't necessarily need, I will not hold on to it. So let me just summarize the story. So we met with the woman, they negotiated. At the end of the day, they said we should pay them the money that I've used to work on it, which was at the end of the day, we had to negotiate something. Then we paid them every dime they spent on the place. Every dime they spent on the place.
Our capital
And everything. So at our starting stage, it was just very little thing that we used to start.
I remember at that time we were always legal. When we told the man about the cost of his stuff, he said no problem. The day we gave the man the money, we brought paper, he signed. Very important.
Very important. Very important.
But we, even if you go and ask the landlady and everyone, she has been enjoying us till now. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Because we don't
People
feel
around.
people. When we tell you this is 10 o'clock, this is 10 o'clock, we always stick to the thing that we say and the time we
honor our words.
So we knew at that time that when we even saw, and even when we saw the man that paid, or the man that paid for that place, and we knew that the man is serious, we would have left. But we saw that on seriousness about to take care of the place. I get him. So that's how we got our first shop and the rest.
Not looking at it as, oh, this idea works out, I'm going to be successful. No, if this idea works out, Ouscraft is going to be successful. That's my interest.
Yeah.
Him himself that is hearing what I'm saying is not looking at it from the perspective that if this thing works out, Precious is going to be successful. He knows that if this thing works out, Ouscraft is going to be successful. Him himself is also considering the fact that if it fails,
Yeah.
it's not me that is going to fail, it's Ouscraft that is going to fail. So we put that into perspective, into consideration by, oh, we know that this thing, so we'll now sit down together, we will now plan it very well. If it's an idea of one person can come up with an idea, just one single one of us, or maybe our staff or anybody can come up with an idea. But before we work on it, we have to subject it to critical
Thinking.
criticism, critical thinking, subject it, we think beyond. So we subject it to critical thinking, then we'll now see a way that we can do it together. And if it works out, is the success of the team. And if it fails, it's not the person that brought the idea shouldn't be the one to be blamed. So when we are bringing ideas in Ouscraft, we are very free, knowing the fact that if it fails, I'm not the one to be blamed. We are going to look at it in general perspective. What are the things that we did not do?
Yeah.
So in that case, we have that free mind. We remove ourselves, we remove pride out of it. Once yourself is out of it, the goal, the success of the business is what you are chasing. It enables you to think beyond the differences and look for the common ground. Work on
Yeah.
the major goals you need to work on. So that is how we work together. That's what I can say personally. How we work together.
So famous, do you agree with what he said?
That is actually true because that's how we operate, and I don't think I have anything against that because that's what I believe in. So the only thing I'll add up to that is the fact that if you don't do that, if you don't have that free mind
Yeah.
of doing business together, you cannot grow. You will always have issues. So what we practice in the business is nobody should be blamed for failures.
Yeah.
I get in even as much as to our workers, people that work for us. If they have issues like this, let me say they make mistakes, we don't put it to the heart, we don't take it to the heart. We just move on as fast as possible. So the principle we use is we we are very fast to assume the responsibility of failures around. Are you
Yeah.
getting me? We're very fast to move on as fast as possible. So you may not see us that we are failing, but it's not as if we have not been failing.
Yeah.
So, but it's as if we're just all the time we are growing, but it's a lie. We move on from that failure as fast as possible. So what they said is true.
Yeah.
I don't like working with anybody that does not accept people the way they are and then move on when they are failed. So I
And
believe
it's just there's a vision of Mary. I believe vision of Mary. They used to tell me that like my dad is president, and anytime it comes up, like if you're working as a team with anyone, if you're working anywhere, you're working and it's failure, you should just think of it as a postponed success. So you just put it as a thing that failure is a proposed postponed success. And this thing you guys just said, I think so many establishments they have issues with it. With okay, this person is talking, is bringing idea. This person is bringing idea. This person is bringing okay. Now it has fumbled. Like now you or now you. So I believe everybody out there, whenever you're working towards something, whenever there is a failure, it's not working out, don't stick with that. Just move on, move ahead and work better. If you're working as a team with anyone, just try your best to relate more on the goals and not dwelling on the failures.
yes.
So I would like you guys to give your advice to people out there, to young people that want to start up their own businesses, that want to become an entrepreneur, that want to make it in life, that want to have this vision. Tell us, what would be your advice to them?
Okay, I would like for us to channel this advice to um people that have ideas to go into business but they don't have enough capital to start,
Okay, yeah,
because that's a stage that we were actually, and we kept on looking for. We want to know how this can be done. It's very easy for you to look at the perspective of somebody, say, okay, let me just give this at put this in perspective. Dangote said when he was starting up a business that he had an uncle that loaned him 500,000 naira to start up a business. So what is the fate of those, and that's not to discredit Dangote, he's a great man. But what's the fate of those that does not have an uncle to give them 500,000?
Yeah.
What's the fate of young people that just maybe are just done with school and you want to start up a business, you don't have enough money, or possibly you just have one or two small money? My advice to you is, first thing is focus on yourself. Your best investment is yourself. When even when you have made it, even when you have enough money, your best investment is yourself. So the goal is not, what we are talking about is startup capital, but one of the things I discovered is it's not the lack of capital that is stopping people from starting up a business. It's actually lack of resourcefulness. So it's not the lack of resources, it's the lack of resourcefulness. What you need to start up the business initially is not just money. Money is just one part of it. You need passion, you need motivation,
Yeah.
you need learnability, you need humility, you need to be humble, you need to communicate with people, you need to build yourself, confidence. All these things, you don't necessarily need money for it. You can go learn from people, you can go study people, you can be respectful, you can have love, you can have willingness to give your best to what you do. So the first thing that you can do is to focus on yourself, improve yourself, and you can do that by reading books. You can do that by getting mentors. And now, mentors does not necessarily mean that you need to meet them, because at that stage, the people that you are surrounded with are in most times same financial standpoint with you, same financial standpoint with you. So you can get mentors through books. You can be mentored by Dangote through online. He has a lot of videos out there. So you can get mentors through online. So I talked about reading books, getting mentors, investing on yourself, learning from people around. Then Donald J. Trump once said that you can so success is learning from other people's mistake, not yours. So one of the best thing that you can do at that beginning stage you are starting is try as much as you can to learn from other people's mistake, not yours. Because once you have failed, yes, people say failure is the best teacher, but it's not. So I think experience is the best teacher,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's not, because wisdom is the best teacher. If you can study what the mistake other people has made, if you can study the mistake they have made, then implement it. Because when you are learning from experience, what you are doing is you are picking pieces of what you have experienced. There are some mistakes you have made that you can't go back from. There are some things that you have lost. So if you can invest in yourself now that you are starting, learn from other people's mistakes, then you can now be able to plan critically and inject. Yes, there will be some obstacles here and there, but you have planned, you have seen these obstacles coming, and you have planned on what you are going to do on how to overcome. So my best advice to young people out there, you have a vision but you don't have enough capital, invest in yourself and be patient. Be patient. One day you are going to get that capital. One day you are going to produce resources, but you need to be resourceful first to produce resources. That's my advice for them. Thank you.
It's happiness. Do you have anything to
Mm,
tell?
you know, like we always say, we think alike. So most of the ideas as given
Yeah.
is actually mine too. So, but what I want to really hit in his own discussion is the need for mentorship
Yeah.
and having faith. It's very important because when you are starting, you don't normally have a headache. Normally, when you are not feeling fine, you used to have a headache. No,
Yeah.
in business, you have heartache. Are you getting me? That's what I always tell them. You don't have headache, it's headache. It's somebody that is not feeling fine that has headache. In business, your heart aches on daily basis. Even when people are asleep, it aches. Even when you have somebody that will help you, forget about it. Like I always have that principle. Like you say when you have an idea you want to put out there, you want to grow. I always use one particular principle to analyze this. If you go to the stadium, are you getting me? Get to the stadium. We have two group of people. People that are playing and the spectators, people that are watching.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? The crowd. So the reason why I'm talking about is this: most people, they always want to start the spectator
Yes,
areas
as thousands of
you
people.
cannot be hot. Let me say you are playing a player. If you make mistake, people will criticize you
Yes.
from the other side. But I found out something. Reason why I always want to be the player. I don't want to be at that end where I will watch people that are playing. I want to be in that circumference of the economy where I'm playing. If I make mistake, laugh at me. But I have chance of scoring goal than you that is there, because you can never come down there and come and score goal except a player. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So you have to push yourself as a new as a young entrepreneur that want to be an entrepreneur but you don't have finance.
Mm.
The force you are going to use to overcome, to come out from that your place, that your arena, that your spectators area, to come inside the field, it's the hardest force on earth. It's the hardest force, because I think I've passed through that and we are still passing through that, making it more hardcore. But you have to overcome that force, because nobody wants to be watched and fail. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So at that point, what I want to say is this: if you have built yourself to overcome this pressure, because there will be a lot of pressures. First, you need a mentor, like you said, strong mentors, and then you should be aware of your environment, because the environment is full of negativity. It takes, according to one particular man, he's not less brand, that said it takes 6 positive words to counter one negative word.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? So if you allow a lot of negative people around you, you can never break free from that field.
Yeah.
See that particular field, that if you want to enter inside that particular arena where you be playing and have the possibility of scoring a goal, that is winning,
Yeah.
you have to break free from that your people around. Those are the that crowd are those people around you that have negative vibes. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
You need to break free from it. And then the major one I want to hit is faith. I know you have to prepare, you want to pass, you want to succeed, but there is always a room for failure. It's going to come. You must expect it. But when it comes, always, if you want, sorry, it's going to come, absorb it and move on. But you have to build up a faith, in the sense that when you want to conquer this particular thing, don't behave as if there's a failure there. Because if there's a failure, you have more chance of failing. Just act as if you're going to win. But when it comes, when that failure comes,
Just
absorb
power.
it and move on.
Yeah.
But always have that faith that it's going to come out. It's very important.